And wait, Lamia, what did you say?
1 hour.
The 1 hour is done.
Oh my god, we've been talking for 1 hour. I'm so sorry. This is the last question, I promise.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inclusivity Unlock 3, a podcast that is all about inclusivity and diversity. In today's episode is a very special one because we are joined by interns from Erasmus Plus project, and they've come all the way from Réunion to Craiova for 3 months internship. And during their time here, they've been working closely with children with disabilities. Today, we're going to ask you a couple of questions to get to know about Reunion and about your journey here in Craiova. So let's begin. To begin, could you introduce yourselves? Could you tell the audience a little bit about you?
Vous avez compris.
Good, yeah.
So hi, I'm Alec. I'm 19 years old, 20 this year, getting older.
Hello, my name is Leah. I'm 19 years old.
Hello, I'm Alan. I'm 32.
Amazing. And could you explain the specific focus of your studies at your university in Reunion?
Well, actually, we are all in the same courses, in the same
Oh, wow.
faculty. We are studying for our second year specialized educator, so it's like a specification in social work, not like I know here you got only social worker, as I
Mhm.
get it. So yeah, we are from the same class, we could say, same promotion,
That's
with the
nice.
same study, but not with the same publics. So
Okay. But that is also interesting, the fact that you said that here we only call it social worker, so you do have a different term for it in your
you got different
Country.
term with different goals.
different goals. Okay.
So you will got what will get closer, I think, with the term social worker will be what we call a social assistant,
Mhm.
which will be more on papers, administrative tasks like to get access to some help with disabilities, financial help and everything. As us, we are more on the ground, so
Mhm.
we can be like with every type of public. So it can be young people, like very young children, to very old people, and people with disabilities, people who are just from background that's pre-care. I don't know how to say this
Yeah.
in English. Like they are
Homeless.
poor.
Homeless, true.
Yeah, so it's very large, addiction and everything. And then we got specialized educator for young children, if I translate it directly, which them is literally like since the baby is born until 2 years old, if I can say.
Yes.
And, yeah. So it's everyone got their mission, but we work together. So that was also the important part of it. So
Yeah, that makes actually a lot of more sense. But what motivated you to select Craiova for this specific internship? Was there any reason?
Qu'est-ce qui vous a motivé?
Je peux
Oui,
dire un
vas-y.
Moi, j'ai choisi Craiova et la Roumanie, tout particulièrement parce que je connaissais pas. Et je vais pas mentir, je vais pas dire que c'est un pays où on va choisir pour venir en vacances en Roumanie. Donc, je voulais découvrir une nouvelle culture, découvrir les habitants et voir autre chose.
So he chose Romania and Craiova because he never visited it. So it was first like a new culture that he never knew. Tu n'es jamais parti en Europe de l'Est. He never went in Eastern European countries. So it was to trying discovering really fully a new country with a new culture and a new way to work.
Je rejoins mon collègue aussi, mais c'était aussi pour découvrir les nouvelles méthodes d'accompagnement et aussi de pouvoir comparer avec nous en France et ici en Roumanie.
She joins what Alan says because it was mostly to see a new way to work. Because in France we got a very, very large field in social work, and you got it's very, I don't know how to say it, but it's very squared away. You know, you got this to this to this to this, and the way you help people. And honestly, I didn't want it to be here at first.
You didn't want it to be here at
No,
first, okay.
I'm going to be honest because I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to go to Canada at first, but it was too complicated for the visas and everything.
Yeah.
And so I tried in France, but it's kind of missing the whole point of the experiment of discovering a new culture and everything. And so when I learned about Romania, I already went a lot of times in Croatia and Bosnia. So I kind of knew the Eastern European mindset.
Yes.
So I was like, come on, let's try it.
Well, that's amazing. But of course, you after experiencing it.
Honestly, I don't want to go now.
Okay, amazing. Yes, and I do have some questions about the start of the journey. So let's start to talk about Reunion itself, because for some of our listeners, hearing about Reunion might be a new thing. So could you present the island where you're from?
Vous voulez commencer?
Vas-y.
Notre île, c'est une île de rencontre dont son nom, Réunion. Donc on partage beaucoup de cultures. C'est une île très ouverte, donc c'est une île qui a connu l'esclavagisme. Et du coup, pas mal d'habitants viennent d'Afrique essentiellement et qui a été colonisée par les pays européens. Donc ça fait un mix du coup, de cultures. Donc chez nous, on peut voir une église, à côté il y a une mosquée, et à côté il y a un temple hindou. Donc c'est naturel et nous on a grandi dans ça. Donc je pense que c'est ce qui fait la beauté de notre île.
I think, je pense qu'on sera tous
Oui,
d'accord du
on sera
coup.
tous d'accord.
Yeah, we agree in how we described it. Our island is a very unique island because first, je reprends dedans I take it like by order in the history. First, there was no actual human being was on this island at the start of the earth, if you prefer. And then the European colonizer. Yeah,
That is the correct term.
Yeah. Arrived. So first, there was the British people that came that wanted us.
Of course.
And then the French came back, and there was no, that's ours. So they the British take the island beside us. That's now Mauritius Island. So we got discolonized, and then at first there was prisoners. It was served as a bagne, what we call a bagne, which is like an extra size prison. So you're literally out of the society once you've done something to go there. And then slavery came in play. So there's a lot of people that come with African DNA, if I could say, because there was this mix with the white European colons, because you know the story of slave. I won't go back into it because I think it's already hard enough.
Yeah. No.
So we got that mixing, and then we got what we call les engagés, the engaged, that that made a contract with the French governors to work on the island. So we got people from India that came to the island, you got people from China that came to the island, giving right now the very special mix where you can hear the bell of the mass from the church, and also hearing the praying call from the mosque, and having the Buddhist temple. So it's that mix, and that's what we call it, La Réunion. That's the legend behind its name, because translated, it's the meeting of the nation. Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful, actually. Yeah, it is. And I do have a couple of questions about this diverse type of countries, because it's very, very interesting. And that's a good question. How would you describe the culture and the sense of community in Reunion?
It's a hard one.
C'est vraiment un mélange, hein, donc c'est ce qu'on a dit. Hein.
I
Un
think,
partage.
yeah, I think the best way to explain it is honestly, I think we all, three of us, we have seen pretty much, we traveled a lot for ages. Well, but we traveled a lot for ages.
Okay.
And we've seen a lot of culture, but we've never seen, sincerely, with all our honesty and humility, a place with that much acceptance, with that much sharing. Like, it's something so specific. Like, I could try to explain to you what is like what can bring the sparkles that could lead up in you with your own home country, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, it's so specific that you know that only people that come from here,
Yeah.
and it's really the thing that we are, all the three of us with different religious background, and I think if we did an ethnicity test, it would be the same. But in the end, we all know what kind of it's like. Like, we got a lot of stereotypes, but you will never hear the word racism. Well, it's another subject. The word racism, like, I could call her because she came from an Indian background. She practiced Indian. We got the name Malbar. That's stereotyped with it. And there's the Malbar 3V. That's kind of wrong, like insulting. But you will never be taken like that because it's ha ha ha, you're with the stereotype with that shit. It's normal.
Yeah.
But now we're racism because, long story short, France took another island beside us that's called Mayotte. That's part of an archipel, a group of islands. I don't know the word in English.
And I think that makes sense, yes.
Yeah, and they didn't take the other islands aside, so there's a lot of migration from the Comores, the other island, to the Mayotte, and Mayotte to La Réunion. And Réunion is right now getting very much radicalized to some political party, I will not say, but people will get it.
Yes.
So yeah, it's kind of where you see that there's some contradiction, because right now I think it's the first time in a long time that we can talk about racism on our island.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So there has been some changes in the past couple of
Yeah,
years.
recently, yeah. Because this country wasn't very developed before France came in play.
Yeah, but before that, it sounds like a dream country where every culture, every religion can be.
But nothing can be perfect, and
Yes, of
every good
course.
thing's got an end. So
Yeah, but I mean, you guys got to experience it, so that's a beautiful
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Okay, and have you ever encountered any misunderstanding or stereotypes about reunion that you would like to clarify? I think there's a lot.
Stéréotypes et incompréhension. Est-ce qu'on parle de la haine qu'on a pour les oreilles?
Oui.
Non, pas qu'on a, mais
Non, que
les explications en
Oui.
tout cas de cette tension
Oui.
avec le continent.
Oui.
Le continent.
Yes, oui.
Ouais.
Oui.
Okay. So,
Okay,
as I no, it's
it's getting serious.
yeah. I tell you, it's kind of touchy because
Yeah.
it can be taken somewhere, even though you don't mean to be, to be mean or something.
It's
like.
a safe space. Here.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when this arrived to our school, and then they project that into our school, Monsieur Bijou, no.
Allez.
So, as I said, we are a French territory, so we are all from a French nationality.
Yes.
I will take my parents' experience to explain it the best, because
Okay.
it's still taking right now. My father works as a prison guard, so he needed to absolutely go to France, the continental European France,
Yes.
to do his formation and then go back home. And when he was there, people asked him, were there roads there on our island? Were there electricity? Oh my god, you discovered what a phone is. And my father was like, yeah, I jumped 3 trees to go to school. I only hit bananas and coconut. And sadly, it's something like still right now, a lot of French people don't know about our island. And the most surprising fact, and I think this is very speaking, when we walk to our island airport, we take the plane, We arrived to France, we got an identity checked. When we arrived here, no identity checked. And that's for every other European country. But for France, we are checked. So you see, there's already something like official that, yeah, but we never know, you know? So that's why we want to remind that to people, like, we never asked to be French. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not the one sending the people to my island. And I don't think our ancestors would have wanted the slavery and everything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I could say I can relate to some
Yeah.
part of it because I think we can cut this one. I mean, I am from Jordan, from
Yeah.
Arab countries, so we get a lot of stereotypes that are not true. With the phones and stuff like this, people think we still ride on camels, which
You're
is
like,
not
what
true.
the hell?
I mean, I hope we can ride on camels, but that is not true. And let's move on to your daily work here. You are currently active in local kindergartens and family facing socio-economic challenges and with people with disabilities. What are the core objectives of these daily activities?
We are in Life is Better with Friends.
Yes.
And a social center, we don't know because it's in Romanian, it's a very long title, so we call it a social center.
Okay.
So both of them welcomes kids and teenagers from backgrounds with families issues, but in the reality they told us it's mostly Roma people.
Oh yeah.
So in Life is Better, honestly, they have so much going on. Like we tried to impose something, and at the end, one of the professionals just told us like, "You want to do something? Okay, prepare something and do it." And it was so amazing.
As social workers, what differences in approaches between Romanian and Reunion system with working with people with disabilities did you notice any differences?
Alors moi, ce que je peux dire, c'est que dans la pratique, c'est pas tout à fait la même. Donc, c'est un peu ce que Alec disait tout à l'heure. Ici, on essaye de les normaliser, entre guillemets. Et en France, on est plus dans l'acceptation des différences. Donc, comme il a dit, donc, ici, on a vu 2 dans la rue. Alors qu'en France, c'est courant. Et même que, par exemple, un truc tout bas dans les centres commerciaux, pour permettre aux parents de venir avec les enfants autistes, on baisse les lumières, on baisse le bruit les mercredis, tous les mercredis. Donc c'est un système qui a été mis en place pour permettre justement aux parents de venir sans difficulté. Alors qu'ici, même les routes, en termes d'accessibilité, nous voyons bien que c'est un point qui est un peu différent.
So it was talking about, like, it's mainly in the practice, in the form. Where in France, we'll try to accept the differences. You know, like, it's not your fault. You can't become normal. Like, what even is normal? Well,
yes, that is a good question.
Yeah,
what is normal?
exactly.
Yes.
So, and he was taking an example, and I forgot about this one, but like, to facilitate for parents to bring out their kids or even adults with autism. You got every Wednesday, I think it's in the afternoon,
Yes.
where every supermarket will low down the lights and the sounds, and it's specific to make it easier for them. So it's
That's very nice.
these simple things that actually were what we've seen, and I think we can generate to every type of public we've seen. Here, you got the normality, and you need to be him. And we will try, and that's what we've seen in every type of association, where you need to stay in the case, and if you're outside of it, then you're abnormal. Like,
yeah, this is well, to be completely honest, this is the first time I've heard about something like this. To like dim the lights and that's a very heartwarming thing, actually. And yes, I would think also these small things do make differences for everyone, actually. And they are very, very important. And also I would say that's why we are here to learn from each other. So when I go to
Exactly.
my country, I would say yes, we need this and we need that.
Of course.
Yeah,
Completely.
that's honestly very
Mm.
very nice. And is there anything you would like to add about it?
Mais après, si je veux ajouter, je connais pas forcément l'autisme, mais de ce que j'ai vu, les thérapies mènent un travail qui est vraiment très spectaculaire parce que le niveau qui ont les autistes qui sont au centre où je suis est vraiment très impressionnant. Ça se voit que la thérapie, que le travail qui est effectué par les professionnels fonctionne parce que on a pas mal qui passent leur diplôme normalement, qui arrivent à avoir une vie. Donc, alors que quand ils étaient petits, ils venaient, ils ne savaient même pas parler, donc avec des grosses difficultés. Mais à contrario, donc du coup, les thérapies ici fonctionnent très bien. Donc,
He highlighted the fact that the work, even if it's his first time working with this public, the way the kids that arrived that were completely non-verbal, like the parents will probably thought like it's done, we need to be for our kids until we pass, like it's our job now.
Yeah.
And in the end, they are completely the most able in some way where they can have a normal life, get their degrees, and so it's a very impressive job, especially that they don't welcome above 18 years old. So it's
Wow.
only when they
Yeah.
are minor. So it's a very, this is true. It's a very impressive work.
It is. It absolutely is. And were there any differences in how people approach inclusion or social support here and in the reunion?
Il y a une différence avec
Oui.
l'accès au droit. Ils n'ont pas beaucoup de moyens.
oui, voilà, on a
Ils n'ont
beaucoup
pas
de
beaucoup de
moyens.
moyens, nous on a
Yeah.
beaucoup de moyens, beaucoup d'établissements.
Yeah. I think the best way to like say it in France we get the sentences for social work in general. Whereas Putain, j'ai plus la phrase.
You have help for financement of
Oui, c'est les moyens
Les moyens
le-
financiers.
moyens non les résultats, les moyens non les résultats.
Ah, c'est
Like
ça.
you need it's the financial support for the government. Like everything you can give to this public before the results. It's like it's something that's common, like it's in our laws, but every association and that welcome public, it's trying to give everything, even if it's just a small step for them. It's still
Yes.
a huge step.
Of course, yeah.
Where here we've noticed that there's not that much public support, which is kind of questioning for us because we are lucky in France. We're not going to lie. We are very lucky for the social support system.
Yes, yeah.
So there's this difference.
But also, have you noticed any specific differences in how Romanian educators approach support for the children with autism and disabilities compared to the methods that you are trained in the reunion?
Après, toi, ça reprend ce que.
Ouais, ce que j'ai dit tout à l'heure.
For him, it takes back what he just said about the way because you got only one activity in some way. Whereas us, I'll say that for the most supportive activities that I would have seen and the most helpful, they are very scholar, like very focused on the schoolwork. Whereas in France, you will, like, first you arrive in an association, we do an assessment, what do you need to work on, the family agrees on, we try to explain to the kid or the adults, whereas they have abilities to understand, and then we try to work on it. And,
Yes.
and we've seen a lot, if it's not scholar work, it's just trying to pass time. It's sad to say, so...
Yeah.
I think, in one sentence it would be even in the social support way, it would be more focused on scholar work, which to the social word that we will put into our work and the meaning we put into our work, it's kind of like, I won't say the last thing because we're still trying to, think about the future, what can they become, how much can they be being alone, simply functioning alone.
Yes.
And So school is kind of very focused here in the social work compared to France, where we will like the most basic thing. Can you take a proper shower alone? Can you take care of yourself? Take care of your surroundings, your bedroom, and all of it. So, the priorities aren't the same.
Yeah, that does make sense. And I also like the fact that in the French system, they focus more on the daily stuff, not just the educational part. Because in a way, that is also educational.
Exactly.
So yeah, that would be more great to be in more countries. So now the exciting part about the performance. 30 minutes ago or so, you guys
Yeah.
did a performance here, and it was incredible. So I do have a couple of questions to ask about the performance, if that's okay. How did the idea of the inclusive performance came? What inspired you to create it? Because you did mention that you guys had it since the start of
Yeah.
the program. So what was the inspiration?
Je baragouine ou...
Vas-y.
Ouais, bah,
Okay. So at first, before we came here, because we are with our schools, we got a lot of documents to produce, essays,
Oh yeah.
and which one of them was the intercultural journal, where we would take a situation that we've seen during the week and try to analyze it during the heat of the moment. Then you take a step back and try to work on your professional work, what question you, and how can you adjust your posture.
Yes.
So before we started, every professor kept telling us keep an open mind and focus on the intercultural aspect, because we are also graded based on that. And when we arrived, the first frustration that came up was the language, because we work with humans. The first thing you want to do with someone you meet is
Yes.
speak.
Of course.
And it's something that really annoyed us, because the kids were very joyful to meet us. And
Yes.
you're like, I'm sorry, I can't understand you. And we thought, because we at the end of our first year, we got a week of activities to learn us new ways, new support to use to educate the kids.
Yes.
And the three of us, we were in the same group, and he was in another group, did the activities with two singers of Maruya, the traditional song,
Yes.
from our island. And we were thinking that might be a great thing. First, I'm sorry, but it's so cool to do a show and you bring a so small island on another country so far
It
away,
is.
you know?
It absolutely is.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So we are like, okay, it's so good, and it's a way to create a bond with the kids that we work with. It's always something you put a music at first, especially teenagers, let's be honest, because
Yes.
teenagers, I was one not that long ago, but but yeah,
Understandable.
but at first they are, we're going to sing, meh. And
Yeah.
at the end, they are the first one no, mister, we need to, again, we just want to. So we were like, okay, so good. We had already 3 associations without counting the NDCTR. So we counted the NDCTR and was like, so it's not common for them to mix different public with different specificities. So we were like, okay, if we can do this, it's the best inclusivity project we can do.
It is. And I do have a question. Why did you choose this particular song and theatrical format?
The first one talks about more the want of freedom and the ambivalence that you can have, about the culture that you grew up in and how it can also get you down in life. So you need to find a good balance. And then the last one, African Mada, which is, I think, the song that you will hear in every edit about this island.
Yeah.
That talks about the origins of our people simply. So the African origins
And Madagascar.
and Madagascar,
Mm.
and talking also about the traditional practice, especially the religious practice specific to our island. So
Okay.
it's we choose these one because first they are easy. We try to
Yes, of
adjust the
course.
level, and also because it represents a lot the culture. And there's also the Romanian song because we wanted also to them trying to teach us
Yes.
something.
Yeah, that is very sweet. Yes.
So the kids from the from your association bring up this. So we still don't speak Romanian. We try
Yeah.
to. That's why we also put some Romanian in the Maria song because it was important to us,
Mhm.
and it's the whole point of it. Showing that inclusivity is not a bad thing, and I think it's the best thing you can have. And I think we had a so beautiful moment seeing the parents with a smile. At first I was so scared because the parents have a closed face and everything, and I was like, guys, we're doing something terrible. Like the all the cancellation, all the things that happened, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then at the end you got every parents, even parents that we didn't even knew, that goes by and they was like, okay, bye, thank you a lot. And I was like, oh my god, seeing that girl going on stage alone, wanting
That's
to
very beautiful.
to do our poetry, and I was like, oh my god. No, it's something incredible.
That is incredible, and yeah, I love the way you convey these feelings of how to present inclusivity, and that is a very, very beautiful thing. And of course, the performance was amazing. But I do also want to ask. I mean, you did already answer part of this question, but what made it suitable for working with participants with autism and Down syndrome? Aside from the fact that it's easy to sing for everyone, but were there any other reasons?
Qu'est-ce qui a rendu plus adapté, le fait que ça soit.
En fait, les chansons maloyates chez nous aussi, c'est beaucoup de répétitions.
Ouais.
En fait, il y a un
Questions-réponses.
seul couplet et qui revient, ou c'est des questions-réponses. Donc du coup, ça a aidé pour un apprentissage plus facile. Et le fait aussi qu'on a eu un stage dernièrement aussi qui a permis de travailler de la musique et d'apprendre aux enfants justement, juste avant, comment apprendre la musique aux enfants. Donc ça nous a aidé là pour pouvoir reproduire aujourd'hui ici.
Yeah, so there's also the fact that the Maria songs are just generally like 2 or 4 sentences looping. So it was first very easy for them to integrate because you sing the same thing and you get the same like repère. I'm losing my words. The exhaustment. But yeah, it's reassuring for them, for this specific public.
Yes.
And also we had, yeah, it's true, I forgot about this internship. The last internship that we did before here, where we needed to put a project in place, because that's kind of our job, with different publics. So that's, for us it was young adults with addiction, where we introduce music as a way to trying to cope with it,
Yes.
And for you,
young children,
kindergarten, I think.
Yes.
C'est en primaire maintenant?
Ouais, 6 old.
Yeah, kindergarten, a bit older, primary
Okay.
school. So it was it's a good tool, I think, and there's nothing better than music. And that's the musician in me that speaks.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that is beautiful. And also, very interesting thing that I really want to know is that how was the rehearsals? I mean, looking back at the rehearsals before the performance, were there any skills or experiences, do you think, you learned, and also the people you trained that also learned something?
Compétences.
On a appris pendant les répétitions.
En fait, que la barrière de la langue ne nous
C'est pas
empêche
une
pas.
grande barrière de la langue.
Il n'y a pas de barrière.
C'est ça.
Pas de barrière.
En termes de communication, on a cru que ça aurait été difficile, mais Non, bon, on arrive à parler avec le corps,
Yeah.
avec des
À se
gestes.
comprendre.
Ouais, on arrive à se comprendre et donc du coup, ben,
Regarde.
c'est vraiment une compétence qu'on a développée, je pense,
Et
ici.
aussi avec les jeunes au final. Parce que
Ouais.
ça, c'est
Ouais,
chez
ouais,
les
que ce soit avec les
jeunes,
deux,
complètement.
que ce
de
soit
fête.
professionnels ou les jeunes.
Yeah, because the fact that you sing a song like together, it helps going above the language barrier.
Mhm.
So, and I think it goes both ways because it forced us to trying to find other ways to communicate with the kids, but
Yes.
also for them to trying to find other ways to get to us.
Communicate, yeah.
And in both of our association, at least for us, we got kids that had a bits of French or English, so it forces us to try to speak Romanian and to
Yes.
them to get back to these basics that they got. So I think that's the most
Mm.
important skill that I've developed because for the rest, like following a group during a project and everything, we already done it. So
Yes.
I think we perfected it.
That is amazing, yeah. And to say that communication is a skill that you learn is a very incredible thing. Yes, so great job, you guys.
Mm.
I really want to know about the future plans of this internship. So, what specific professional insights have you gained from this whole experience that you feel that will be valuable for the professional path?
C'est
Oh,
très
bonne
bonne
question,
question.
ça. Bonne
Very
question,
good
ça.
Good
question.
question.
Oh, moi je viens.
Vas-y.
For me, I would say it's deep. It's yeah, but
It is
it's
deep.
preparing
Take your
us
time.
for when we go back to school. So
That is also true.
yeah,
yes.
but I think for me, the first thing that will come in my mind, and that I already talked with professors that followed us during this internship,
Mhm.
is the fact that the public, like my first internship, I did it with people with disabilities, and it was a true love, and I loved to work there with this public, and there was so many things to do, where I discovered like the other side, social protection. I never was kind of called to it,
Mhm.
and in the end, like right now, I'm thinking that yeah, but I like these kids too, and I'm kind of sad to leave before I can even learn to speak the language.
No, that's great.
And the last thing is, I think I will be more grateful to the French system and to everything that's put in place for a social worker.
Mhm.
Ouais, ben, un peu pareil aussi, que
Ouais.
ça a permis de voir une autre manière de travailler aussi, et que on ne doit pas rester fermé sur le système français, et
Ouais.
plutôt s'ouvrir au monde, parce que
Mhm.
ben, y a des belles
Mhm.
choses ailleurs aussi. Ça m'a permis de voir que ben, la manière de travailler ici est différente. Et ça ne veut pas dire qu'elle est moins bonne ou elle est mieux,
C'est ça.
mais s'en inspirer pour pouvoir faire
Améliorer.
autrement et prendre le meilleur de tout ce qu'il y a.
So he kind of joins my point, and he also talks about the fact that seeing a new way to work
Mhm.
without viewing it through a judgmental fisheye, I would say. Like, yeah, I do good, you do bad, but just keep an open mind and take what's good that might improve your way to work.
Yes.
So it's kind of this puzzle that goes all along our professional lives that I think is very important.
Pareil, et c'est aussi, après ce que j'aime bien, c'est de redécouvrir dans d'autres pays, d'autres méthodes d'accompagnement.
Mm-hmm.
Et bah voilà, quoi. Vous avez déjà tout dit.
Yeah, we kind of did the whole point, but it
Mhm.
goes back to what we said, and also
Qu'il n'y a pas de barrière aussi,
the
au final.
difference in the way that you help and you goes with this kid every day. It differs from the culture and everything, but it's a good thing to, take everything aside, because as visitors, we will have more of a step back. So
Yeah.
we will be more actual of, yeah, but they might think like this because of their history or their political thing, and So it's interesting, and I think it also helped us to take a step back about our practice in our country,
Yeah.
which is very important for our job.
Amazing. And I would also say that any type of experience in this field
Completely.
is valuable in some way, and it always adds up to the community and to yourself.
Of course.
So even if we don't see that in the very near future, but it definitely does have an effect for both sides. And based on your time here, what does inclusive support mean to you now, after finishing 3 months here in Craiova?
Qu'est-ce que l'accompagnement inclusif Pour moi, ça gardera quand même une définition en fait, que j'avais depuis le début de l'IRTS, de qu'est-ce que c'est que l'accompagnement inclusif à mes yeux.
C'est l'acceptation de tout le monde et que tout passe. Enfin, pour moi, ça, hein.
Ouais, mais ça rejoint en
Ouais,
fait.
ouais.
Yeah, I think our view didn't actually quite change.
It
It's
didn't
just the fact that you need to accept everyone and their differences and try to include everyone and try to make it work.
Yeah, in a way, the concept not changing is also not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. The fact that inclusivity already got to the point where we start to understand it, and it doesn't have to change. So
Yeah, of course.
that's a very great answer. And wait, Lamia, what did you say?
The 1 hour is done.
Oh my God, we've been talking for 1 hour. I'm so sorry. This is the last question, I promise.
Okay.
For the last question, would you recommend and advise our viewers and, of course, your friends to seek opportunities similar to this one?
Oui. Pour moi,
Oui, moi, oui, il n'y a pas de.
Une
enfin,
découverte.
c'est une très belle découverte,
Très belle
même
découverte,
le
et
pays,
Ouais, de
le
fou.
public, les gens ici sont super gentils. Et
Tradition.
les traditions, la culture, et même les associations qui nous ont accueillis. Donc on a pu découvrir plein de belles choses et ça nous a changé, je pense, tous les trois.
Oui,
donc,
bien sûr. So that's Arrête. That's why we were saying that yes, we would recommend this type of opportunities because like traveling is already something that's so empowering, like to someone, I
Yes,
think.
it is.
And adding this professional view, it's incredible because seeing the differences makes us also realize things about how we practice it, and the people are amazing here. I'm sorry, but we were talking about this one, but in European France, we are very badly welcome. As here, people are so amazing and so cute and.
That is beautiful, yes. Yeah, I do also agree with the empowering part of traveling. I mean, any opportunity that has traveling in it, I would absolutely recommend it. That was very interesting to get to know you guys. It's very nice to finally meeting you and asking you all of these questions. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being
Thanks you.
here.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you for the viewers, and we will see you in another episode of Inclusivity Unlocked.